Good morning, everybody. We're coming to you live right here from inside the main build facility at Bubba's Exotic Motorsports. I'm Tom. Ladies' man's under the desk right there. I hear him moving around. We all know the master, Bub. Good morning, Bub. How are we doing today?
Doing pretty good so far. It is a crazy morning here at BEM.
Did you have a good weekend this weekend? You did some fun stuff.
Listen, so he's already off topic here. I can't even get a word out, which, by the way, I had information sent to me about how you cut me off about every 35 seconds in our live streams and on our daily podcast show, typically where you're breaking things, you are turning your phone on, the volume is on loud, we always have an echo created. All right, so listen, crazy things this weekend. We had a lot of fun, but even more so, crazy stuff coming out of BEM. We have a lot of serious rides in the works right now, and Rough Country, Tyler, the entire crew over there, bro, thank you guys so much. They literally hooked us up with the newest release for the Jeep JKs from 2007 all the way up to the brand new 18s, not into the JLs yet, but this is for the 07 to 18 Jeep JKs. These are the 8-stage fully adjustable shock absorbers, front and rear. Let me tell you, when I say that they are literally smashing the competition, they are smashing the competition. These things are serious animals.
We're going to talk about them in full in just a second here, ladies and gentlemen. This episode is brought to you by Bubba's Exotic Motorsports. That's Bubba'sExoticMotorsports.com. The moose is loose now, not in Navajo, on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. MissOutlawBoutique.com. A lot of good stuff coming out of Robin and Layla over there, Bub.
You see the size of this shaft?
Oh, shaft. And it's chrome plated, too. How about that? Podcast One. Thank you for Podcast One, the #1 podcast distribution platform in the entire world. Great show on Saturday, Bub. We had Paul and Todd from Everyday Driver join us. What a great group of guys, man.
Yeah, man, we had a great time with those guys. They are from Discovery's Velocity channel. That is a show called Everyday Driver, and these guys go out and they do full-on drives. They have personal knowledge, they have professional knowledge, everything you can imagine about going out and looking at either a new vehicle that you want for a daily driver or anything from like that low end of the price spectrum all the way to the crazy end, looking at, you know, approaching that $500,000+ mark, which is insane. So Everyday Driver, great show on Discovery's Velocity channel. Really, really cool time with those guys.
They air every Saturday morning, earlier, I think like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, Bub. Not only that, but they do 2 podcasts a week as well. Over on Podcast One, where we are as well.
That's right.
Just super guys, man. Really good guys. And the premise of the show really is, how do you have an everyday driver from a reliable standpoint and from a financial standpoint? It was funny to hear he was rocking a Lotus Elan for his daily driver, man.
Yeah, man. It's you know, it's crazy that you know, some people, everybody's got their own personal style and taste. I'm actually looking at stuff right now for a daily driver, and let me tell you, it is a tough toss-up, you know, or tough toss-up. Yeah. Dang, that's a good one there. A tough toss-up between getting something that is practical, but also getting something that you desire at the same time, that you're going to want for a couple years, not just 2 months, but then also making it fit a price range that is very comfortable for you, and it's not over the top or just junk. So it's like, you've got to find this happy medium. I think that's great what Todd and Paul are doing with Everyday Driver. That is kind of their key thing.
Premise, man.
Really, really fun, because they do get really interactive with their clients and their viewers as well, which makes it a lot of fun.
I saw on Instagram as well, Bub, they went out and did the rally after they got off the air with us, with the car show.
That's right, there's a 2-day rally.
Yeah, they were talking about that. So really good guys. Paul and Todd, ladies and gentlemen around the world, I encourage you to please check them out if you have a chance. Check out their show, Everyday Driver, and their podcast on Podcast One. That's Podcast One, spelled out.com. Good people, fun guys, man. They bring a lot of industry experience to everything.
How about, though, we didn't even mention too much, how about if you guys didn't listen to it, please go out and listen to it on Podcast One or on our Facebook page. You can see it as well. From our Saturday show, we did have an incredible new intro together from Justin Webb's, Webb's voice.
Oh, yeah, man, that was really
I'll tell you what, man, super, super aggressive. We are doing some crazy behind the scenes with him right now for some commercial stuff and some also outro stuff, so have fun with that stuff. You're going to have to stay tuned to see what he comes to the table with.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
It's really cool stuff. So we want to thank Paul, Todd, and all of his crew and friends out there that joined us on Saturday's show, Bub.
Saturday's show.
Really good guy. Sunday, I was out riding yesterday, Bub, riding along. Typical black cloud following me around. Tell me how it is when you're going down the road with the wind in your hair and you're just enjoying a beautiful day here in sunny South Florida. Good morning to Mackenzie Woodward over at Code 504, Bub.
That's right.
Tell me how it is, Bub. I'm going down the road, got my nose in the air, you know, hair flying back and everything. I see this little black thing kind of off on the horizon, right? And the next thing you look at Kenny standing up, looking, laughing. He's going, oh, God, what did he get into this time, right? So I'm just riding along. Next thing you know, I'm like, I feel something hit my wrist. It's a wasp, and I get stung right on the wrist right there, Bub. while I was out riding.
You probably are going to use that as an excuse for the reason as to why you dropped your bike in the driveway later on that night. Something about your wrist was numb, you couldn't feel the clutch, and you couldn't hold the handlebars and steer straight. I don't know.
Ironically, it's kind of weird, man. I thought I'd have, because I used to have bad allergic reactions to bee stings as a young person.
I think you're just paranoid.
No, and this one didn't bother me at all, man.
Hashtag bee killer.
Hashtag, oh, that's the new tag, BKLR, right?
Yeah.
It still feels really bruised, but weird, man.
Can we get back on these shocks
or
what, man?
Like this. How does the bee find its way up underneath
I don't know.
your clutch and your handlebar?
Only you.
Only me. Only me, ladies and gentlemen. Mackenzie says, good morning, Tom and Bub. Bub, let's talk about these Rough Country shocks. Rough Country is one of our big sponsors, as we can see here, with Nitto Tires. We do Nitto Tires, American Racing Wheels, and Rough Country lifts on everything that you do. These are the brand new Vertex shocks, and you've been super excited to get your hands on them. Little backstory behind it, Bub. There was one set of these shocks that could go to one shop in the world. And of all the people that they deal with, they decided to send them to you.
That's right, man. Super, super excited for it. So, guys, thank you over at Rough Country, Tyler, especially you as well. You've always held our hand, and you've hooked us up big time over here at BEM. And I'll tell you what, man, we have gotten some of these Rough Country products and components and accessories, everything from their most extreme end of the spectrum all the way down to their just small accessory pieces, the floor mats, the interior grab handles, the switches. I mean, all of the basics, the entry-level stuff. So everybody out there that has a budget, anything from $50 all the way up to $3,000, $4,000, you can literally go to one place and find every possible item you would want. That is at roughcountry.com or available directly from BubbasExoticMotorsports.com for even cheaper prices and better quality shipping. I'll tell you what, man, one of the things that we had a lot of questions on was, what is it like when you get something in from Rough Country, right? So wanted to show off just the pure quality of the packaging. That is the shock absorber that came out of this box. So as you can see, even in the foam inserts, the way that these are airtight sealed, there's full cutouts for that shock to lay directly in here. I would have him doing a demonstration of it. Guarantee he'll put it in backwards to start. Here we go. So I'm actually really blown away at the fact that he stuck that in there the correct way. Really, really surprising. But that is the way that you will get your product delivered from Rough Country, with a full layer of sealing foam on top of this as well. As you can see, there's nothing on the product. It's clean, it's ready to go. It's out of the box, laid out on the table, and you install it on your ride. It
displays nicely. But one of the things that's kind of cool, that if you notice, the Rough Country logo banners on the back of our film stage floor here actually match the color of the shock itself. But I'm going to hold the shock up front for people.
Oh, you're good right where you're at. Don't get too close. Stay right here.
Can they see it from here?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
especially if they have it clicked on the open size screen on the thingy.
All right, Bob, let's talk about the back side of this shock right here. This was one of the things that impressed you the most and why you couldn't wait to get your hands on it when rumors of this started hitting the internet.
All right, so check it out. So let's start. The pure size of these things alone. What's the weight of that shock? It's pretty freaking hefty.
20 pounds?
These things are pretty serious shocks. They are heavy duty. They are literally smashing the competition right now. And those guys know who they are. You can look at this and you can kind of put an idea together of
Don't tell me
the
about
other
quality suspension.
Listen, 8-stage fully adjustable external reservoirs on here, so it does have extra fluid reservoirs for dampening. It's going to make these things just that much better than your everyday average cheap shock that you would just grab either out of a box and put it on. Now, there's nothing wrong with, for example, you go and you get a Rough Country 3.5-inch or a 4-inch lift kit. They're going to come off the shelf in a box delivered to you with a set of pre-valved and pre-adjusted shocks ready to go for that vehicle weight, and they are perfect. This is that moving the bar up to the next level, and they are insane, man. I can't wait to get these things on and really test them out. Everything from 8-stage fully adjustable, you can literally go from that soft super street cruise to a full-out flex and really off-road terrain setup. That's what I love about it. Direct fit out of the box, no adapters, no brackets, no spacers, nothing ghetto, no modifications. Literally out of the box and direct replacement. This is your front. As you can see, that's the upper stud for it, and the rear, or the front lower eyelet. Very simple installation. Probably get these things on in under an hour and a half, 2 hours on the whole Jeep using the right equipment and hand tools.
But what is this reservoir I'm looking at here with the brass threaded fitting on the top?
So this actually is a reservoir that allows for more fluid to transfer over back and forth from the shock absorber itself.
So this houses hydraulic fluid in it, for example, something like a transmission style fluid, and the reeds and the dampening components sit inside of here, and adjust it, and they will react based on the setting that you put right here on this knob. Is that correct?
How much pressure in or out you are allowed to adjust in, and that will change everything from ride quality to flex to articulation to the way it absorbs up bumps off-road, whether you're doing mudding, whether you're doing rock crawling. Everything about it is fully adjustable, and let me tell you, the chambers on these things, 2.5-inch shock body, 22 millimeter shaft, and let me tell you, that is literally 25.4 millimeters is 1 inch, right? So literally almost an inch diameter shaft right here, just at 3/4 of an inch.
Look at
that
our
is a
producer
serious.
staring at you going, how in the hell does he know that kind of stuff in his head?
I'm just rolling it off
over
here.
With his hands on. 25.4 millimeters is 1 inch. Huh?
You ought to hear when I talk about my pecker in millimeters.
The shaft.
Hey, serious.
Shaft?
I get going with the millimeters, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that how you learned that?
Chart.
Just threw up his hands.
He's gonna have to edit this one. So I'll tell you what, man, these things are insane. This is the front. What you're looking at here is the rear. As you can see, the rear is a very similar design. These are a matching set front and rear as well.
Oh, so these
the
aren't
rears,
both front?
No, so this is a rear. The rear has a little bit more of a different design with the fact that it is a stainless braided cable going, or hose, I'm sorry, going to the reservoir itself. Full billet mounts on here, all laser cut. This thing doesn't get much better than this, and I'm telling you, everything from the Jeeps, these are brand new for the Jeep line, but also available for the Ford and the GM lines as well.
So this is going to come through. So, Bub, how do you know this much about the product? It hasn't even been released yet. You've got the first set.
You just got to do the research. So I'm going to throw these things on. I'm really looking forward to it. Again, this is for the Miami Marlins. This Jeep has been underway for, I'd say, probably the past 6-8 months, and let me tell you, man, that old girl is looking good. That is an entry-level Jeep, JK. That thing's a 2008. We are doing all of the postings on that later on this afternoon. We've done everything from custom fabricated BEM 3/16 front and rear bumpers to full rough country, everything on this. I'm talking suspension to interior to accessory items to the lighting to the exterior components, the grills, the light bars. Everything you can imagine that rough country does have to offer is on that Miami Marlins rough country sponsored Jeep.
It really is, Bub. We showed pictures of it on Friday's show. If you guys didn't see that, please go out and visit it right here on the Bubba's Exotic Motorsports Facebook page. It's amazing, Bub, when you look at the transformation of that Jeep. A JL style front end from rough country grafted into the JK with the 20-inch light bar, 50-inch light bar up top, color matched body components, brackets and mounts.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely stunning what you've done. That hand fabricated. When Robin saw those brackets on those hand fabricated bumpers, I'm gonna send them up to Paul Sr. Here today. When she saw those, she could not believe the quality, the fit, the finish. I mean, God dang it, man, how beautiful did they come out?
Yeah, you know, it's turned out great. You know, it's between the BEM design and quality here, ourselves, our entire team here at BEM in South Florida, also with standing with companies like Rough Country out there in the industry. I'm telling you, these guys are, you want to talk about a company, listen, so...
These guys stay with you, man.
Well, it's a company that is, they haven't flatlined, they haven't hit a wall, they don't just sell basic stuff and they stayed there. They are not only doing, like I mentioned, it's gone from just their entry-level lift kits, what a lot of people think Rough Country used to be, and a lot of people think there was a lot of issues back in the day. Now it has expanded to an extreme setup, and I'm talking like you can get full adjustable coilovers ready to go out of the box to do, you know, 6-inch and plus larger lift kits. We're actually in the works right now of possibly doing a full BEM build on a Ford F-150. So that's going to be something that we do here for us at the facility, which is going to be, of course, fully Rough Country sponsored and built. So it will be insane. We will, of course, push that over the top and do all one-off components on it as well.
It's interesting, Bub, that you say, that they're getting more aggressive, for example.
Yeah, they're not flatlining. You know, there's a lot of companies out there that they design a product and they design a really good product at that. And I'm not referring to Rough Country, I'm just referring in general. But there are companies out there that they build a product that works, they make it proven, and then they just mass produce them, and that's it. You know, they kind of stay in that same boat. Well, Rough Country is that, but also more. They are not only building stuff that's high quality and mass production, you can always get your hands on pretty much everything there. I think we've only had one back order item from there, and that's that MLC-6, the switch panel adjustment. So that was for the Jeep JKs. It is the overhead six switch panel for it, so you can add all those accessory lightings or winches or whatever it is you're trying to do. That's the only thing we've ever had on back order from them, and I'll tell you what, the second that they got them in, they blasted them all out to us, and all of our online orders were filled. So it was super great, man. But they're moving that ball forward every day. There's a new product. There's a new product. Literally up, on the Bubba's Exotic Motorsports.com website. There is literally Rough Country product being uploaded daily that is getting released from Rough Country directly to us.
That's right, there is, Bub. And it's really, really well quality, good quality stuff.
Yeah.
Man. It's the way that light switch went in. I've taken some real good HD pictures.
Well, there's
shot against the beautiful cloudless, light blue South Florida sky.
You know what's, I'll tell you what's nice, man, is, for all the guys out there, we have friends in the industry that do it as well, but there are also, there are guys out there that they want to spend money. Of course, all of this is budget-based. Everything you do in the aftermarket automotive world is budget-based. How deep are your pockets? How far do you want to go? But it's also how easy is it to install when you're done. And there's zero complication when it comes to Rough Country's product line. And I kid you not on that. Like, that's just throwing it out there. Anything that you buy from them, like this shock absorber, I know the Jeep JK model line, this is going to be directly installed into the upper front shock hole and also onto the lower mounting gear. And it's just that freaking simple. There's nothing overcomplicated about it. And the performance gains you're going to get right out of that, literally one nut here, one bolt, one nut here, adjust that dial to what you want, and you are done. Like, you've literally taken it and night and day your vehicle.
Have they preset these for just a standard road setup?
I don't know. I've already dicked with them all.
Okay, yeah.
No, so this is very easy. So you can literally, as you are driving, everything is fully accessible through your fender wells. So you can literally reach right in there and you can turn these dials wherever you want to set whatever sort of preload and rebound you want to set. So it's just that simple. Literally, you could be driving down the street and be like, you know what, it's riding a little rough. Let me soften it up a little bit. Turn that dial down.
Like a softer ride.
Yeah, I like a softer ride for the street, and then when you're ready to do some work, turn it up. Yep, you know, I just did that with the SEMA Mustang. I brought those. Those are fully adjustable Steedas. I brought those all the way down. They were on the track setting, and let me tell you, that car was super, super beast on the track, but way too harsh on the street. It was just very tight and rigid, so I brought all those things all the way down to their softest setting, and let me tell you, drives like a stock Mustang on something sitting on 15.5-inch wide wheels.
Now you're happy.
Perfect.
Good morning to Mark Hoffman. He says, good morning, Tom, Bubba, and Big Money. Hagerstown update, the BEM number 12 had a second in hobby stock this weekend.
Dang.
Right on, Mark. Good work, man. I'm really proud of you guys, man. I can't wait till he's down here hanging out with us. Good morning to the beautifully stunning Miss Layla Von Athey, Outlaw owner herself. Miss Outlaw Boutique is now full-time on the web with even deeper discounts. It is Miss Outlaw Boutique, ladies and gentlemen, .com.
And let me tell you the hardest part about this whole deal, right? So everybody knows the MOB Jeep is actually a Jeep JK as well.
Yes.
So she has been standing back and watching me do the Miami Marlins Jeep JK build the entire time, and let me tell you how much money this is costing me on the white one, because that's a personal owned and it's not a sponsored build.
Yeah,
so everything that I buy seems to be like, well, if we show it off, I literally will go home and, can you bring me those shocks home too?
Well, ironically.
So I guess I'll be placing an order for these later on this afternoon. Thanks, Tyler.
Miss Outlaw just said those look sick. She wants them.
My point exactly.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The stunningly beautiful Miss Outlaw.
I can't even do a show without
Von Athey.
spending money. Look at this.
Yeah, that's
Swear.
exactly right. Now online, bub. Real proud of what her.
I'm going to pay tax on them, though.
Are you?
I am.
You have to. I love that, man. So, Mark Hoffman said, I think Bub should send me a set of the Rough Country BEM Jeep and have Hi-Ho Silver bring it up to Maryland, and I'll advertise for you in the Mid-Atlantic around the stomping grounds.
All right.
How about that, Bub?
That'd be pretty funny.
He'd be
I don't know if we can get a set of these Rough Country shocks on that Monte Carlo, though.
He'd have a tractor trailer out there on the racetrack saying, Bubba, watch me go into this turn, right?
So that's it, man, guys. We hope that you guys enjoyed this little segment on the Rough Country brand new release. I'm telling you, ready to buy the best thing. Hit them. These things are in stock, ready to ship now.
Funny, Bub, is of all the people in the world, with all the shows in the world, when we spoke to Tyler about them, because you typically come into my office and say, look, I need you to take care of this or take care of that. And I picked up the phone and I called Tyler and he said, look, we only have one pair to give out to anybody in the world. And we want to put them over there with you guys.
Yeah, man. So also, by the way, stay tuned. Right now, these things are up on the site as full products and photos. We will be doing a full GoPro-style 4K footage on the install of these things. Probably tomorrow. Those will go up later on in the week, so you guys will have that full behind-the-scenes professional insider install of these shocks going on, so you can truly see just how easy it is. That'll probably go, install will probably be tomorrow, and then the editing will all go together. You guys will see that later on in the week.
Well, the thing is, let's see, Mark Hoffman says, I think the advertising for you in the Metro with the company car or truck should work out good. And already works out good. He's up there winning all the races.
Yeah.
How about that, Bub? Hey, the other thing is, too, we'll be filming a couple commercials tomorrow, Bub. One for a local business here, big business, Harborside. We're going to be doing that. So it's going to be fun. We're going to enjoy bringing that to everybody as well. As the GoPro, our new producer has some really, really clever ideas about the, there's just too much to even talk about, Bub.
That's right.
He's doing, man.
Yep.
Very excited. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the new Rough Country shocks. Nobody else in the world had them before us, man. We're really excited about that, man.
That's it.
Super good.
Stay tuned. You guys will see those Instagram posts going up later on this afternoon of that Jeep JK transformation. I'm telling you, it is huge before and after. It's insane. It's honestly mind-blowing when you look at, why are you getting so far away from the table? Where are you going?
Because you said not to stand on top of the table.
I didn't say, I meant on top of the table. Oh, man. All right, that's it. It's a wrap, dude. Stay tuned for those posts.
Todd said good morning.
That's it. Just keep on doing it, Bubba style. I'm out.
Good morning, Paul.